She was dying in slow motion, and the only person who noticed was the one hiding the poison. Victor Harlan, 42, tech titan, voice smooth as aged whiskey, eyes always chasing the next billion, was in Tokyo sealing a merger that could buy small countries. His mother's texts, "Come home, son," sat unread beneath stock alerts. Sophia Harlan, 35, Victor's wife of 8 years, glided through the mansion in yoga leggings and a smile sharp enough to slice diamonds. Former gala princess, current Instagram saint, she posted hashtag caregiver goals with captions like "spoon-feeding love to my second mom, 2 hearts." While Elena gagged on broth that tasted like chalk and metal point 8 years earlier, the wedding had been a spectacle. Elena's toast trembled. Love is patient, but trust is earned. Sophia's laugh tinkled like crystal, but her knuckles went white around a champagne flute. The camera caught it. Nobody else did. Now, Elena's symptoms arrived like uninvited guests. Weight melted off her bones. Bruises bloomed purple and yellow across collarbones that once wore pearls. Hair clogged the shower drain in silver clumps. Dr. Reyes, family physician with bags under his eyes deep as trenches, refilled painkillers and muttered about stress. Sophia signed the prescriptions with a flourish. Victor returned from Tokyo bronzed and triumphant, kissed Sophia's forehead, believed her tears when she said, "Your mom's fading, Vic. I'm doing everything." Elena tried to speak. "She hurts me." A coughing fit swallowed the words. Sophia stroked the old woman's hair. "Delirium, poor thing." Nights belonged to Sophia. 11:47 p.m. She locked Elena's wing with a soft click. 11:52 p.m. She crushed extra pills into the vitamin smoothie, the blender's purr masking the grind of bone-white tablets. 11:59 p.m. She leaned close to Elena's ear and whispered, "One day this house will be mine." Victor had installed nanny cams years ago for security. He never checked the cloud. The footage slept like a loaded gun that Elena's decline accelerated. Skin paper thin, veins mapping rivers under translucent wrists. She clutched Victor's sleeve during a rare, lucid moment. "Check the nursery camera," she rasped. He patted her hand. Distracted by a push notification about quarterly earnings, Sophia's posts grew bolder. A reel of her reading poetry to Elena, "To the woman who gave me my husband," garnered 1.2 million likes. Comments flooded. "Angel, marry me instead." Elena, drugged into silence, stared at the ceiling while Sophia's thumb hovered over post. Victor's guilt festered. He extended his next trip to Singapore. Sophia waved from the porch, hair catching the sunset like fire. Elena watched from her window, lips forming a word nobody heard. "Poison." The mansion's silence grew teeth. Staff whispered. The chef noticed missing prescriptions. The gardener found crushed pill residue in the compost. Nobody connected dots. 1 midnight. Elena dragged herself to the nursery. Victor's old room, untouched since childhood. She pressed trembling fingers to the teddy bear on the shelf. Inside, a tiny lens blinked red. She mouthed, "I'm sorry I failed you." To the son who wasn't there, Sophia's routine calcified. Smoothie at 8 a.m. Pills at noon. Tears on cue when Victor FaceTimed. She practiced grief in the mirror, eyes welling on command. "How do widows do it?" she asked a reflection, then laughed. A sound like glass breaking in slow motion. Victor surprised everyone with an early return. He found Elena unconscious on the Persian rug, rosary tangled in her fingers. Sophia sobbed in the ambulance, clutching the beads like a lifeline. In the ER, machine screamed. Dr. Reyes pulled Victor into a fluorescent corridor. Her toxicology, arsenic benzodiazepines, levels off the charts. Someone's been dosing her for months. Victor's world tilted. The merger, the private jet, the penthouse views, everything blurred. Sophia's phone buzzed in the waiting room. A text lit the screen. "Is the old bat finally gone? Bali tickets booked." Sender. Our flex biceps, Victor's hand closed around the phone. His reflection in the black screen looked like a stranger. Elena coded twice. Paddles shocked her chest. Victor held her hand, whispering apologies for every missed call. She opened her eyes once, focused on his face, and managed a smile that broke him. Camera, nursery, she breathed, then slipped under again. Sophia paced, mascara streaking artful rivers. Nurses comforted her. Victor watched, something cold uncoiling in his gut. Back home, the mansion felt haunted. Victor poured a scotch, hands shaking. He opened the laptop, logged into the nanny cam cloud for the first time in years. The thumbnail grid loaded like a punch. Night 1. Sophia swapping heart meds for placebos. Night 17. Sophia practicing sobs in the nursery mirror. Night 43. Sophia on the phone. Once she's gone, the prenup dies with her. Victor's too broken to fight. Victor's breath fogged the screen. He clicked deeper. Audio files. Sophia's voice, honey over razor blades. Raphael says the arsenic's untraceable after 6 months. Just keep her weak till the will reading. The nursery teddy bear stared with button eyes. Victor remembered Elena's whisper. He lifted the bear. Inside, the camera's memory card glowed like a cold that Sophia's heels clicked in the hallway. She called his name, voice syrupy. Victor closed the laptop, heart hammering. The game had changed in the hospital. Elena flatlined. Doctors shocked her back. Victor stood outside the ICU, fists clenched. Sophia arrived with coffee, eyes red-rimmed. "Any change?" she asked. Victor took the cup, sniffed, bitter, familiar. He poured it into a potted plant when she looked away. That night, Victor sat beside Elena's bed. Machines hissed. He held her hand, whispered, "I see now, Mom. I see." Her fingers twitched, a promise that Sophia's phone buzzed again. Victor glimpsed the preview. Cops or cash, your choice. He smiled for the first time in weeks. The trap was set. Dawn crept in, pale and merciless. Victor kissed Elena's forehead. "Hold on," he said. "Justice is coming with breakfast." Sophia entered, tray in hand. Oatmeal, orange juice, a single white pill crushed invisible in the spoon. She smiled. Victor smiled back. The nanny cam in the flower vase blinked red, recording every second. Victor's pulse synced with the ICU beeps. Elena's chest rose, fell, rose again under the ventilator's iron rhythm. He slipped her frail fingers around his phone, opened the cloud app, and hit record. Her eyes fluttered, a nod so small it could break a heart. He left the hospital at 3:12 a.m., tires screaming on wet asphalt. The mansion gates yawned open like a trap. Inside, every light blazed. Sophia stood in the foyer, silk robe slipping off one shoulder, eyes glittering. "You're back early," she purred. Victor met her gaze, let the silence stretch until it snapped. "Mom's stable. Thought I'd work from home." He carried Elena's overnight bag upstairs, the one Sophia had packed with lavender sachets and lies. In the nursery, he swapped the teddy bear's memory card for a fresh one, then wired a new pin cam inside the vanity mirror's gold frame. By sunrise, the entire East Wing streamed live to a private server in Switzerland. Sophia showered, sang off-key, texted Raphael. He suspects nothing. Finish line in sight. Victor watched the feed on his tablet in the study, jaw clenched so tight it ached. He answered her breakfast call with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. She served eggs Benedict, hollandaise thick as guilt. "Eat, darling. You look wrecked." He speared a bite, chewed, swallowed. "Delicious. Mom's recipe." Sophia's fork paused midair. "Of course." That afternoon, Victor brought Elena home against medical advice. She weighed less than the oxygen tank rolling beside her wheelchair. Sophia's face cycled through shock, calculation, crocodile tears. "My brave girl," she cooed, tucking a blanket around shoulders sharp as coat hangers. Elena's gaze locked on Victor. Now he installed a hospital bed in the sunroom, windows flung wide to bleach the poison air. Sophia hovered, offering smoothies, pills, soup. Victor intercepted every dose, palmed the tablets, flushed them while humming. The new vanity cam caught her crushing fresh ones in the marble mortar. Arsenic laced with sedatives, odorless, patient. Night fell velvet and heavy. Victor pretended to sleep in the guest room, door cracked. At 11:47 p.m., Sophia's silhouette ghosted past. He followed barefoot, phone recording audio. She entered the sunroom, spoon in hand. Elena's eyes snapped open, lucid and blazing. Looking for sugar, darling? Victor's voice cut the dark. Sophia spoon clatterings. The tray hit the tile. Oatmeal splattered like crime scene evidence. Elena, come rolling. Sophia lunged for the call button. Victor caught her wrist, twisted until she dropped to her knees. 8 years, he said, voice low. 8 years of smoothies and selfies while you murdered my mother milligram by milligram. She spat venom. You were never home. She was a relic hogging your fortune. Victor released her, stepped back. Keep talking. The detectives love live confessions. He opened a laptop on the bedside table. The screen split, sunroom feed, vanity feed, nursery archives. Sophia's own voice filled the room. Raphael says the arsenic's untraceable. Looping like a noose, police sirens wailed up the drive. Blue-red lights strobed across Elena's pale face. She smiled, the first real one in months. Raphael arrived at the gate in his leased Porsche, protein shake sloshing. Uniforms tackled him on the gravel. He screamed Sophia's name until a cuff muted him. Inside, detectives bagged the mortar, the blender, the pill bottles labeled vitamins. Sophia fought the cuffs, hair extensions ripping free. Victor, baby, it was him. He forced me. Victor crouched to her level. I have every text, every transfer to your Cayman's account, every rehearsal of your breakdown in the mirror. He held up her phone. Unlocked, messages glowing. Game over. Elena spoke from the bed, voice a rusty hinge. I taught him kindness. You taught him vigilance. She lifted a trembling hand. Victor kissed her knuckles. Court was swift. Toxicology reports read like horror novels. The nanny cam footage played on loop for the jury. Sophia's whispers, her practiced tears, the spoon hovering over Elena's lips. Raphael flipped for a reduced sentence, handed over offshore passwords. Sophia got 25 years. No parole. 6 months later, the mansion smelled of lemon polish and fresh paint. Victor pushed Elena's wheelchair through a sunflower field behind the estate, petals taller than her head. She wore a wide straw hat, hair growing back silver and defiant. Thought I'd lose you, he said. You almost did, she answered, squeezing his hand. But love doesn't die easy. They burned Sophia's designer wardrobe in a rusted barrel. Ashes rose like dirty snow. Victor scattered them over the koi pond. The fish ignored the offering. Inside, the nursery became Elena's art room. Canvases bloomed with color. Sunflowers, Victor's childhood sailboat, a portrait of her late husband laughing. The teddy bear sat on a shelf, lens capped, finally retired. Victor deleted every trace of Sophia. Wedding photos, social posts, the prenup she tried to avoid. He replaced them with Elena's old portraits, smiling, fierce, alive. One evening, Elena found him in the study, staring at a blank screen. What now, son? He closed the laptop. Now we live. Loudly. They hosted Sunday barbecues, staff, neighbors, Dr. Reyes with his new granddaughter. Laughter echoed off marble that finally felt warm. Elena toasted with sparkling cider, to second chances and to nanny cams. Victor launched a foundation in her name, Elder Abuse Prevention, hidden cameras for the vulnerable, justice for the silenced. Donations poured in. Sophia's orange jumpsuit became the campaign's cautionary thumbnail. On the anniversary of the arrest, Victor took Elena to Bali, the trip Sophia and Raphael never boarded. They walked the beach at sunset, her cane tracing hearts in wet sand. Think she's watching? Elena asked. Victor glanced at the horizon. Let her. The view's better from here. Back home, the sunroom bed was gone, replaced by a grand piano. Elena played choppy Chopin, fingers remembering muscle memory. Victor leaned in the doorway, eyes wet. The final note hung, then faded.